Vision gives me direction. Proverbs 29:18, very popular passage, says where there is no vision, the people perish. What does that mean? It means you die where you are because you can't see anything better. Another translation says it this way, where there is no prophetic vision. That means it's got to be a God-centered vision. Where there is no God-centered vision, the people cast off restraint. In other words, they just go through life aimlessly. No clear direction. They're expending a lot of energy, but they're not really making any kind of difference because they don't have a clear vision. And if you don't have a clear vision, you will waste time, you will waste money, you will waste resources, you will waste relationships because you simply don't know where you're going. You have to know where you are headed. Please get this. You have to know where you're headed. That does not mean that you have all the details. Does that make sense to you? I may not have all the details, but I do have a direction. I know the direction I'm wanting to go in. And so if anything in my life does not come into agreement with where I am wanting to go, I need to sever it from my life. Doesn't mean it's sinful for me to do it. The Apostle Paul says, there are a lot of things that are lawful for me to do, but it's not beneficial to me. It's not beneficial to the direction I'm going in my life. So maybe there are friendships that I need to cut off because they're not in agreement with where I'm going. Maybe there are some decisions that I am making that I need to change because those decisions aren't going to take me where I want to go. If you've been a part of this church for over the past year or so, you've heard me say decisions lead to destinations. What that means is the decision I make here, right now, will take me somewhere. And so if I have a vision for where I'm wanting to go, then I can start here by making the correct decisions that will get me there. Does that make sense to you? Like let's say I want a godly relationship. I want a godly marriage. I want to be a godly husband and a godly father in the future. Let's assume I'm single. In the future, that's who I want to be. That's the direction I want to go in. Then I need to start making godly decisions right here. I don't wait to get here to start making some changes. I start making the decisions right here, right now, that will get me to where I want to go. It is much easier to build on a good foundation than it is to have to go all the way back, fix the cracks, get it repaired, and then start building. The problem is many of us do not make good decisions because we really don't know where we're going. And like I said, it's not mapping out all the details like, well, I'm going to graduate at this time, then I'm going to go to this school, then I'm going to get this degree, and then I'm going to do this. And it's not about having all the details. It's just the general direction. I want to be a godly husband. I want to be a godly businessman. I want to be someone who prospers, and I want to be someone who is blessed so that I can live to be a blessing. And all of those things that I want to go into have decisions that I need to make right now. How am I going to handle the money I have right now? It's amazing, growing up in church, people come write my dad a check, $1 million. Here's for your church. Don't cash it. Well, why? You don't want me to cash a check? No. I don't have the $1 million yet. But when I get that million, Bishop, I want you to know I'm going to call you and you can cash that check. Well, that's fraud. You can't do that legally. You can't just write checks, faith checks. I don't understand faith checks. Faith is not writing a check for what you don't have. Faith is starting with what I already got. I only got $10 in the bank, but God, I believe that you're taking me in a direction, and so here's $1. Does that make sense to you? So many times we say, I'll do this when I get there. Don't wait till you get there. Start doing something with what you already got. Start working on the marriage you already have. Because if you don't work on the marriage you have right now, you're going to have to work on the next marriage you get into. Hello? That's why people end up getting married 5, 6 times. It's because you didn't start here working on what you got. Start making decisions here that will lead you into the direction you're wanting to go. But the only way to get a good direction is to have a clear, God-centered vision. Somebody say vision. Gives me direction.